So I wanted to talk a little bit about the properties of rectangles. This is the collision detection. And as you can see, this program has more than just collision detection. And in this case, we need to know how these things are affected. So I already put a video together, but I wanted to go over some things that students have been asking. If you scroll down to where the food is actually being created and removed over here. So let's understand one thing, and I might be repetitive with the previous video, but foods is a list that is empty. And what is it going to have? Well, it's going to have rectangles, pygame rectangles. Now, we have discussed this from the beginning about it. And I show you in the other video, I show you this particular picture in which it talks about the properties of a rectangle object in pygame. These are all the attributes or properties of the rectangle. That means that you can identify a rectangle with specific attributes like the X and Y of the rectangle, the top, the left, the bottom, and the right. That's how the program was written when there's bouncing off the walls. And I think if you remember that, let's go to, is this the one that has the bouncing of the walls? Maybe it's the animation. Let's go to the animation program when you can see that image that comes from the book. There we go. This is the bouncing. And all of this is related to something that we discussed then. We look at the top, the left bottom, and that's why we had these images over here, these drawings, and in the other one too, in which we look at the top, all points on this line have the same coordinates. Okay, so I don't want to keep on repeating myself on this, so let's go straight to this one. So when I move this bouncer around, it's eating the food. The food is coming from that list right here. Take a look. Here's the remove. Now, in the video, I clearly explained why we have this over here, so I'm not going to go over that. But this is where you want to have behavior either for the player, which is also a player, is also a rectangle. If we look at player, it's a pygame rectangle. These are the properties, attributes of the rectangle, which are right here, as you can see there. 300 and 100 is the X and Y, and then you have the width and the height. So in one of those assignments, the player is the one that changes. So this is where you put the lines that will affect the changes of the player when it's the food. And so you're looking over here to go use the properties of player. If player is going to get bigger when it eats, right? Then you want to say that the width is going to grow. And we can say, actually, I like to put spaces between operands and operators. Let's say it increases by 2 pixels. That's the width. And then I'm going to see that the player is going to, the height is going to increase because you want it to be still a rectangle. I'm sorry, still a square looking, right? So let me say this. Let's run it. And so now let's take a look what happens when this moves around. So I'm pretty much giving you the answer to this assignment for those who are still struggling with this. But I'm not going to give you the answer for the other one, the repel. So as you can see, the player is growing when it collides. This is the collision. This is it. I hope this helps you for this assignment. For the rainy one, the behavior is actually going to be affected by this. these particular rectangles, the player will not be affected, but this rectangle, which is called food, is the one that's going to be changed. So you have to decide where in this, the code that you had to add, which is only one line of code, belongs right in somewhere in here. Actually, this will not be there, right? You take back this program, and here, somewhere in here, the food has to have a behavior. Each of the food items in the foods list. Okay, anything else I can tell you, it will give you the solution and the answer, which is not what I want you to do. It's not what I want to do. I want you to work this. These are part of the way we assess your understanding and how you actually develop this. I don't think you need any more questions than this. I think this is more than enough. See you. Bye-bye.